In my previous video, I began driving across the country to photograph Route 66. I'm currently on day 2. We just finished driving through Oklahoma and Texas, taking some of the best photos I think I've ever shot. In this part, I'm going to be photographing Route 66 in New Mexico and Arizona. We are in Tucumcari, New Mexico. This is just across the border from Texas, pretty much. So many places here to photograph. Literally everywhere I look, there is something to photograph. So many famous or well-known photographed locations here. I do kind of wish I was here at night so I could photograph all the neon signs, because all of these places along this main road are lit up. But sadly, due to time constraints, since we probably need to make it to Arizona by the end of the day today. But for now, I'm just trying to soak it all in here.
On the south side of Chicago, 600 South State, there's a sign on a building that'll read Jesus saved. It's a mission for men who can't make it on their own. I'm homesick in Chicago and I can't go home, but my heart's going home tonight. Again in my dreams I'll hold her tight. Outside the neon sign keeps flashing off and on in a mission in Chicago. Lord, I want to go home. Years ago last summer, she took me to the train. I bought a ticket to Chicago, a country boy with a dream. Now I'm fresh out of jail and my dream's gone wrong in Pacific Garden, Michigan, and I wanna go home. But my heart
Tucumcari has got to be one of my favorite places I've ever photographed.
again in my dreams, I'll hold her tight. Outside the neon sign keeps flashing off and on in a mission in Chicago. Oh Lord, I wanna go home in a mission in Chicago. Oh Lord, let me go home.
I could have easily spent all day wandering around Tucumcari taking photos. I would have loved to photograph all of these same places at night when the neon signs are lit up, but sadly, we only had about an hour before we had to drive all the way across New Mexico and Arizona. But that didn't stop me from taking some photos along the way. Once we got deeper into New Mexico, that's when the geography really began to change. We also came across this abandoned pancake house and apparently Taco Bell. Either way, it caught my eye because it was unique and I would have loved to stop here when it was not abandoned. But after about a 7 or 8 hour drive, that brings us to our final location, Holbrook, Arizona. So we have made it to the final stop of the day, the Wigwam Motel. I'm extremely excited for this one because it is iconic on Route 66, like many of the other locations I've shot at today. Obviously, you can still stay at this hotel, and there are quite a few people staying here, so they do have their cars parked out front. So we're going to try and work around it and hope we can get some cool shots of some of the wigwams. We'll see how it turns out. And with that, I think we are done shooting for the day. The sun is about to set. I'm tired. I spent most of the day driving, so I'm ready to go home and relax and prepare for tomorrow. And we are heading to California. So it's currently the next morning. We're about to leave for the final day of driving on Route 66. But last night I had the chance to finally go through and edit some of the photos I've shot so far on this trip. I'm really happy with all of the photos I've gotten so far. I think last night's photos at the Wigwam Motel would have actually been better if I had shot it either earlier in the day or later at night. Because one thing I've noticed about shooting, at least out west, the lighting is a lot different compared to the East Coast, which might sound weird to some of you guys, but I asked Haley about it as well, and she noticed it too. It seems like the light, especially like midday light, is less contrasty out here. The shadows seem less harsh. They don't seem as dark. So the photos look a lot better during the midday rather than they do in the evening actually, which I don't know if you guys agree with me. Let me know in the comments if you think so as well, or I think it at least fits the vibe or the aesthetic of the photos out here a lot more. So I think if you guys are ever planning on going to the Wigwam Motel to take photos, I think the best time to do it is to either wait until later at night or go between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., which is when people are checking out and then checking into the motel. That way you can try and get photos there midday when the lighting is apparently the best, and hopefully less cars are there because people have checked out and left, unless they're staying multiple days. But having to work around the normal cars that were parked there from the guests that were staying at the motel is kind of annoying, but what can you do? But yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos so far. Driving Route 66 has been a crazy experience. It's definitely a photography gold mine, like I mentioned. If you enjoy these videos, you definitely need to get out here and do it yourself. In fact, I'm actually already hoping and planning to do another trip on Route 66 because this trip was kind of a tight schedule, so we really only had time to stop at the main locations we wanted to stop and get photos. But there's tons of stretches of Route 66 that I would love to travel, especially in New Mexico, which I did not get to. As soon as I get done filming this outro, I'm about to drive 5 hours to Amboy, California. We're currently in Holbrook, Arizona still. And we're going to photograph one of the most iconic spots of Route 66 besides Tucumcari and here in Holbrook. So I'm excited to do that today. And then I'm not looking forward to making this drive back home. So if you enjoyed this video, please like the video and comment and subscribe to help support me so I can continue growing and reaching a larger audience. And I hope I could inspire you guys to get out and take more photos as well. Go out and shoot.
On the south side of Chicago, 600 South State.